day brings us closer to seeing a light at the end of this very long tunnel.
Well, a big step forward tonight. Governor Hogan lifting restrictions at restaurants and retail stores across Maryland. Thanks for joining us with the News at 5. I'm Nicole Baker.
And I'm Denise Koch. Well, while the governor's order that will remove capacity limits goes into effect 3 days from now, it is still up to local leaders in regions. They can choose to keep the stricter requirements in place if they want.
But the governor, of course, says the state's lower case numbers and hospitalizations show that the time is right to get back to some normalcy.
And WJZ investigator Mike Helgren is live to break down all this new information for us. Mike.
Denise, Nicole, we're still checking in with a number of those local jurisdictions. In Harford County, they say they are going to be lifting restrictions along with the governor and the statewide orders that are going into effect on Friday. In Baltimore County, they say that they were blindsided by this, that they just learned at the same time as the general public, and they're still evaluating their options.
With cases declining and vaccinations increasing, Governor Larry Hogan announced he's lifting all COVID-19 capacity restrictions on dining and retail, but masks remain mandatory.
The most important thing is that we kept the masking orders fully in place and the distancing requirements fully in place. Many states have not done that, and I think acted a little more rapidly to just get rid of all of the mitigation efforts, and we chose not to do that.
Starting Friday at 5 p.m., there will be no more capacity limits on indoor and outdoor dining, but you must be seated and are not allowed to crowd around bars. Also on Friday, all capacity limits will be lifted on retail, as well as churches, gyms, personal services, and indoor recreation. Conference centers and concert venues, theaters, any big indoor and outdoor facilities can expand to 50% capacity.
The time is right. I mean, we've been following a very balanced approach from the beginning of this, from day one, for now more than a year, where we get all the input and try to balance both the health and economic recovery of our state.
Baltimore City and the counties can still keep stricter capacity limits in place and do not have to follow the state. Despite decreasing numbers, variants are on the rise, with at least 140 cases of dangerous, more contagious strains confirmed in Maryland. Some health experts say it's a mistake to lift restrictions right now.
You don't want to go from very stringent public health restrictions to just turning it off and say, that's it, let just anybody do what they want. You particularly don't want to do that when you have a high level of community spread, which is what we have now.
Now, in Baltimore City, they're going to be doing more enforcement of restrictions ahead of St. Patrick's Day. And a reminder, there are no pub crawls that are allowed. Also, on the vaccine front, Governor Hogan said supply is expected to remain flat, at least for the next 2 weeks. Reporting live, Mike Helgren, WJZ.